here with a video to talk to you guys about something that I really wanted to share with you because first of all, any videos that can help another mom out, I'm all over. Mainly is what I want. And I just want to share my experience with you. And that has to deal with stroller rentals. Stroller rentals when you're going to Orlando. Now, in case you didn't know, we were in Orlando from November 23rd till December 9th last year in 2018. And we had an absolute blast. It was amazing and so much fun. So many memories were made. Now, as for stroller rentals, there's many reasons why people may want to go for a stroller rental. Maybe your kids are older and you don't have a stroller anymore, but you worry maybe that you want them to have the option to sit in the stroller, because Disney can be long days, let's be honest. For kids, their little legs can get tired, and you're averaging at least around 20,000 steps a day if you're not staying, or if you're not taking any breaks in the day. So, plus not only that, maybe you're in a situation like us where you had an extra child with you. So we have a single stroller, but we wanted a double because we had our niece with us and we wanted her to feel like she had a spot to relax. Now, knowing that we wanted a double stroller, we had a couple options. We knew that we could either rent right from Disney, because Disney does rent strollers, or we could rent from another company. Now, when you rent with Disney, the main reason we didn't rent with Disney is because those things just looked so uncomfortable for the kids. When, like, there's no way for the seats to recline at all for them, and it just was a piece of plastic, basically, and it just didn't look that great. And another reason is because we were staying off-site. We were driving into the parks each day, and when you rent a stroller from Disney, you can't take the stroller out to the parking lot. You have to leave it at the gate. And let me tell you, there are many days, if not most days, where both the girls were asleep in the stroller as we were going to the car, which also meant that we skipped out on taking the tram and we walked through the parking lot basically because we just did not want to wake them. They were so tired. So that was the main reason for us. So once we decided we wanted to rent a stroller, not from Disney, but from another company, I looked around and I found Kingdom Strollers. And boy, I am so happy that I found Kingdom Strollers. They were amazing. First of all, their reviews online were great. They had lots of options online to rent, and they were delivering it. They will deliver it to you, and we stayed off-site in an Airbnb, which I'll talk about in another video, and they delivered it to us, which was amazing. Now, let's look at availability. We booked on October 10th is when I went online and I reserved a stroller, a double stroller, and we had the City Mini GT Double, I believe it was called, and I'll post a picture up here. And it was awesome. It was so easy to rent these strollers. We went online, we put in our info, put in our dates and location for pickup and drop off, and they brought it no problem. Another nice thing was they included a rain cover for us, which came in handy while we were there. The one day that we didn't bring it, man, I was kicking myself so bad because it dumped rain. We were soaked. So it was amazing. After that, we did not forget it. We had that thing with us every single day. Even if it didn't call for rain, I had that sucker. The next is they also included a little blue cooler, which came in handy for us because we actually brought a soft shelled cooler already. But we used the little blue one for snacks and put it underneath and made it just an easy access point for the kids and for us to grab snacks and stuff out there that didn't need to really stay cold, but it was just easier to put them in there. Mainly because when you go into the Disney parks, you have to go through security and they want to see every single bag. They want to check underneath the stroller. And so it just made it easy for us to have one specific bag for snacks, and it was just small and easy to kind of take out of the stroller when we were going through security. So it was awesome. Highly recommend using that if you are renting it, if you're renting from Kingdom Strollers. Now, highly recommend it. Some of the things that I liked about this stroller in particular was the basket was, although it was a good size, it was hard to get into, so we just had to plan carefully what we were putting underneath there, but you can get quite a bit of stuff in there. You just got to access it from the sides and not from the back, which we learned the hard way for the first couple days. They had that. It also had the two seats. They had two separate sunshades, and they had two separate inclining seats. So we could recline them both at different times, which worked out really nice. And it also had like a little partition down the middle, basically, which worked out great because each of the kids, you know, sometimes they needed a little break from each other and they wanted their own space, and so they weren't sitting there, you know, fighting with each other too much. So it worked out really good. The other thing to note, in the back of the stroller in each of the seats, there's a mesh, kind of like just a little storage pocket basically, where we kept autograph books, maybe a water bottle, maybe a quick snack, just easy to access items is what we kept there basically, and it worked out wonderful. It also came with the parent console. I don't know if that's technically what it's called, but basically it went across the bars, and it had a cup holder on each side and then a middle zipper part, which we loved. You know, when you're walking through there and you want to throw your phone down in there, it's just a nice throw spot basically for items, and it worked out great for us. Now, let's talk stroller dimensions as much as I can, a little bit. In case you don't know, I'm a shorty. I'm 5'2", and this stroller was no problem for me to push. I had no problem with it. I found it very comfortable to push, very easy to turn. My husband, he is taller than me. He's at around 5'11", and he found no problem with pushing it either. It was great. We actually found one setting on it that worked for both of us, and because it can move up and down the handle, which is something everyone should know. In case you need to, that option is there. Now, the fold on this stroller was amazing because it was a one-hand fold basically, which I could do, and I could get it in our vehicle, in our rental, which was super helpful. You know, I didn't have to rely just on Josh to come over and help. I could do it 2 at times, which is nice to have that option that I was able to do it. Now, let's talk pick up and drop off. They basically came, they picked it, they dropped it off. They just left it by the door, which was great. Like I mentioned, we were not staying at a Disney resort, so if we were staying in a good area, so I wasn't too worried, but it caught me off guard. I was like, oh, it's sitting right there. There's our stroller. But it was great. And then when they picked it up, we just left it outside our door, and that was it. And I had actually messaged them before our trip was over and asked if they could pick it up a day early. I think it was a day earlier, like a couple hours earlier, because we were going out or something and we just didn't need it anymore. And they said, like, they messaged back right away and said it's no problem, we can do that. So customer service, top notch. They were amazing. We had that stroller covered in glitter. When you have a 2-year-old girl and a 6-year-old girl and they both dress up as princesses one day, oh my goodness, there was glitter everywhere. Like, this stroller was like dripping with glitter, and I was very happy when I didn't see an extra charge for cleaning. It was awesome. So yeah, make sure you have that rain cover with you. Make sure you put to use that cooler, because it is awesome. It can come in handy. And that, yeah, it was all in all a great experience. I highly would recommend Kingdom strollers. I will use them next time we go there if we have a child that needs it. And I would highly recommend using a stroller from them rather than renting from Disney. So that was my experience. Not only that, but as a parent, it's just nice sometimes to have a throw zone for all the kids' stuff, and sometimes our stuff too. Like, I don't want to hold my Starbucks drink with me wherever I go. Like, it's nice to put it down and have an option there. So, you know, when you're having little kids, just embrace the stroller life. Just get it, you're all good. Oh, another thing too, is they actually had on the back, they put a sign. So it actually said, I believe it said Gessner family on it, or maybe just said Gessner. It just had our last name on there, which was super nice, because when you park those strollers and you're in a sea of strollers, and sometimes cast members will move them, you know, either to make room for more strollers, or maybe you're parked on like the outside, they try to bring it into the stroller parking area. They'll move it around. Easy to find. When you tell them that you have that name on it, it's super easy to find. So yeah, that's it. That's this review of it. I hope you guys got some information about it. I hope you guys use them, because I really enjoyed using them, and I'm sure you guys will too. And that's that. You know, if you guys have any other questions, let me know in the comments, and I will be hanging out there and can answer them for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up, and be sure to come back for some more videos. Bye guys!